How's it going, troops? Jordan here, back again with another Black Ops Cold War loadout video. Today's loadout is going to be another throwback as we head back to 2008 and reminisce on the fun, dark and gritty game that we know as Call of Duty World at War. So today's loadout is titled World at War Veteran. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and let's jump right in. With this World at War Veteran loadout, we're going to be recreating a popular class setup used in the prime days of Call of Duty World at War. Because we're going to be choosing a veteran configuration from what players used in World at War, this loadout's playstyle is going to be veteran, and given our basic World War II weaponry and equipment used for this setup, I've labelled today's loadout difficulty as hard. Starting off with our primary weapon, we're going to choose the PPSh-41. Normally for a veteran setup based on World at War, the first thing you'll probably think of is the MP40. And the reason for this is because the MP40 was literally overpowered and outshone the rest of the weapons in that game. In today's terms for you new COD kids out there, the MP40 was the meta weapon of World at War. Unfortunately though, the MP40 is not available in Cold War multiplayer, so we'll have to go with another popular World at War weapon, that being the PPSh, a weapon which always gets 402 Thunder's approval. We're not going to go in bare bones with the PPSh, so let's take a look at a few attachments that we're going to go with. Our first attachment is going to be the Spetsnaz 71 round drum. One of the two attachment choices we got with the PPSh back in World at War was the drum mag, and the drum mag boosted our ammo capacity by 100%, granting us a total of 70 rounds per drum. We don't have the exact figure of 70 in Cold War, but we do have the 71 round drum mag, so we'll choose this as our first attachment. And for our second and final attachment, we're going to go with the field tape. The field tape gives us a boost in our flinch resistance by 90%. And this is going to help us to stay on target better when in one of those one-on-one gunfights, so we can get a closer feel to that World at War experience. So now that we've discussed our primary weapon configuration, it's time to move on to our secondary weapon of choice for this loadout. For our secondary weapon, we're going to choose the Swiss K-31. Bolt-action rifles were one of the most widely used category of weapons back in World at War, and some of the fan favourites were the Springfield, the Kar98K and the Mosin Nagant. Unfortunately, we don't have any of these particular weapons in Cold War, but we do have a World War II sniper rifle that dropped in Season 3, and that is the Swiss K-31. This bolt-action rifle saw use throughout the Second World War, and the K in K-31 stands for the German word for carbine, Karabiner, which is also a word featured in the full name of the Kar98K. So we'll equip the K-31 sniper rifle to get as close as to that World War II feel. But in order for us to use the K-31 as our secondary, we need to also equip ourselves with the Lawbreaker wildcard, allowing us to carry two primary weapons on the go. Taking a look now at our attachments for the Swiss K-31, and starting with our first attachment, we're going to choose the iron sights. To pose a real challenge in the setting of World War II, we're going to remove our scope from the top of the weapon, and instead go bare bones with the good old iron sights. Our next attachment is going to be the 24.9 inch extended barrel. This extended barrel is going to further our effective damage range and assist in earning us those one-shot kills more consistently. For our third attachment, we're going to choose the 8 round mag. As it's going to be tricky using the iron sights on this sniper, there's going to be many instances where we'll miss our shots on target, so by having a few extra bullets in our mag and in our reserve ammo, it's just going to help us to finish off the bad guys before needing to reload. And finally, for our fourth attachment, we're going to go with the speed tape. The speed tape will increase our ADS speed by 10%, and given how slow it is for sniper rifles to aim down sights, the speed tape is going to give us a bit more of a fighting chance against those sweaty meta tryhards. So now that we've discussed our primary and secondary weapon configurations, it's time to move on to our perk setup. Taking advantage of the Lawbreaker wildcard, for our first two perks, we're going to choose both Flat Jacket and Tactical Mask from Tier 1. Flat Jacket was a perk first featured in World at War, and similar to its future versions, this perk helped to protect the player against hostile explosives and fire, so we'll go with Flat Jacket for our first perk. As for Tactical Mask, there was a perk in World at War that was the predecessor to this, and that was a perk called Gas Mask. While not as favourable as the present day Tac Mask, Gas Mask allowed the player to be immune to Tabun gas grenades, and since there's not really any other perk that would fit in nicely with this World at War veteran loadout, we'll equip Tactical Mask as our second perk. And for our third perk, we're going to choose Ninja from Tier 3. Just like COD 4, World at War also featured the perk Dead Silence, which, as the name suggested, made our footsteps deadly silent. In Cold War, we have Ninja instead of Dead Silence, but Ninja does exactly the same job, quietening our footsteps to avoid the enemy hearing us coming, so that's why Ninja will be our final perk. Moving on now to our equipment and field upgrade. For our lethal equipment, we're going to choose the frag grenade. Frag grenades were typically used by the majority of players, and we all remember how much of a nightmare they were in the World at War campaign, especially on veteran difficulty, so that's why we're going to go with that. As for our tactical equipment, we're going to go with a smoke grenade. World at War only had 3 special grenades, and as we don't have the tabun gas or signal flares, we're just going to choose the smoke grenade in our tactical slot. And lastly, for our field upgrade, we're choosing the proximity mine. Bouncing Bettys were a very popular piece of equipment in World at War, to say the least. These landmines were beyond broken and very overpowered, thanks to their poor visibility and near instant detonation, which frustrated the hell out of players. So to replicate those frustrating moments with the Bouncing Betty, we'll select Proximity Mine as our field upgrade. So now that we've talked about our equipment and field upgrade, it's time to finish off this loadout with our score streak selection. For our first score streak, we're going to choose the spy plane. The kill streaks in World at War were the same as COD 4 in concept. 3 streak rewards at 3 kills, 5 kills and 7 kills. The first kill streak you earned in World at War multiplayer was the recon plane, which provided a radar that swept the map for enemy forces, so we can go with the spy plane to reference this. For our second score streak, we're going to choose armor. The third kill streak in World at War was a pack of attack dogs that absolutely chewed up the competition. Despite us seeing the name K9 unit in the game files of Cold War, as of this video, there has been no further indication or mention that the attack dogs or dog will be coming to Cold War in the future. So we're having to switch this up a bit and instead going to equip armor for our second score streak. Juggernaut was a perk that was first featured in COD 4 and made its annoying return once more in World at War, so we'll go with body armor to reference the nuisance that was Juggernaut and frustrate our enemies that come face to face with us. And for our third and final score streak, we're going to go with the artillery. The artillery strike was the second kill streak in World at War that let you drop bombs on 3 designated locations, so we'll go with the artillery in Cold War as our third and final score streak. So troops, that wraps up my World at War veteran loadout video for Black Ops Cold War. Next time you boot up Cold War multiplayer, definitely give this class setup a try in game, and remember, in war, no one fights alone. If you did enjoy this loadout video, then give the video a thumbs up, I would appreciate it a lot, and make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button as well for more videos like this one. If you have any friends who might be interested in this sort of content, then share the video around with them to help give my loadout videos and my channel more widespread exposure. And if you want to see behind the scenes previews on my loadout videos, you can follow me on Twitter at jordanxbrookes for all the latest on there. So until the next video, I thank you all for watching, stay true to me troops, and I'll see you in game.
Outstanding, Marines! Out-fucking-standing!